Oh, I'm sorry to hear about your planet, Bardock, but don't worry, I'll get you a new one. Hey guys, DB Bry here, and welcome to today's video. Firstly, I do apologize for having to record the video out here, where, yeah, might be some noises and stuff coming in there, and I do apologize, but it's a lot more noisy inside at the moment than what it is out here, take my word for it. And well, today I'm here doing a what if that is really going to be taking a huge left turn in comparison to my other what ifs that tend to stick close to the original story, and that is, what if Frieza saw Bardock's potential? And I've spent the last, 24 hours sort of thinking about this idea, and I think we're going to have quite a bit of fun with this. So let's sit back and get straight into this. Right. Our story begins. During the conquest of planet Kanasa, Bardock and his team have made short work of the locals, along with their soldiers, and pretty much transforming into their Ozaru Grade 8 form, conquering the planet really quickly. And the huge difference to this in comparison to the original from the Bardock TV special is Bardock doesn't get hit by the last remaining Kanasan and getting psychic powers from it. Now, Bardock actually takes out the last remaining Kanasan before that, or before he could pass down the gift of foresight to Bardock and, you know, driving Bardock completely insane before his untimely demise. And well, with that, meanwhile, on Frieza's ship, Frieza is of course thinking about wiping out the Saiyans. Well, he's pretty much going to do it, but he can't help but be impressed by Bardock and his crew and all the hard work they do. And well, Frieza has actually decided to let Bardock and his crew live because, well, they could actually be of more use to him down the line, especially if he lets the Saiyans, do that whole training thing and get stronger. They could actually be very useful to him, like another Ginyu force. Imagine the money Frieza could save on regular soldiers if he allowed Bardock to become strong enough that they could just about equal the Ginyu force. But of course the problem came, how do we get Bardock and his crew away from everything else that's going on, so, they can't, interfere or try and stop Frieza from blowing up the planet, and ultimately ruining Frieza's plan. Now, he's not doing this because he's suddenly got some sort of respect for Bardock or his crew, or any respect for the Saiyan race whatsoever. Nope, he's just pretty much going to be manipulating and getting them to work for him and making his whole ruling the universe or galaxy a lot easier. So yeah, this isn't a Frieza turning good scenario. No way. And well, after the mission on Kanasa, Frieza asks to see Bardock alone, and he basically congratulates him on all his hard work. "You have done very well, monkey. In fact, I'm recommending you and your crew for a little R&R for all your hard work. So, feel free to make your way to Frieza Planet 79 and just have yourself a good time for a couple of days, and we'll see you back here." And he even threw in a few more extra space credits, or whatever their currency is, and as an extra reward. And well, Bardock and his crew, how could they refuse this? Them getting praised by Frieza? That never happens. That's never happened to a Saiyan at all in history. And well, with that, they actually make their way to Frieza Planet 79, completely unaware what Frieza is actually really up to. And well, meanwhile, on Planet Vegeta, well, you could probably... Gine, who's finished up doing her daily chores for the day and done with, doing all her duties as a cook, has basically turned in, and she's been wondering about Bardock. She hasn't seen him in a while. Normally he would have checked in by now, but, he's just been gone too long. And so she's basically decided to basically drag out her old scouter from back when she was in the military, and like she'd often would do if Bardock's gone really long, try to listen out for any signs of him. She wouldn't necessarily talk to him directly or anything like that, but just sort of hear his voice would be enough to give her comfort, just so she knows that her husband's alive and well, and she'd be feeling a bit more lonely now that Raditz is also off-world, with Vegeta and Nappa, conquering some other planet in the name of Frieza. And well, while that's going down, she actually overhears a certain conversation with the Frieza Force, the henchman just saying, Frieza really intends to go through with it? What about everything the Saiyans have done? Does he really intend to wipe out Vegeta? Vegeta being the planet, not the person. And Gine just was shocked and couldn't believe what she was hearing. And with her scouter, she basically looks to the air, and she detects all these power levels coming from the one area, from the sky. That would, of course, be everyone aboard Frieza's flagship, and of course, even detecting Emperor Frieza himself. And well, with that, Gine basically just drops the scouter and runs off, and she's trying to convince the Saiyans that Bardock intends to attack Planet Vegeta and that they got to get out off-world immediately, but no one is believing her. She's the weakest Saiyan of her kind. No one's going to take her seriously, and she's the wife of another Saiyan that they are convinced is low class. At least as far as a vast majority of the Saiyans consider. And well, Gine just looks to him. You're all fools. You're gonna wish you listened to me. And with that, Gine makes her way to the nursing facility where little Kakarot is currently just sitting there wailing and crying. And of course, that wailing and crying is making the baby next to him cry as well. Yeah, I wonder who that could be. And well, Gine finds little Kakarot, picks him up, and she's making her way to the launching pad, which is guarded by a couple of Frieza Force soldiers who just looked to Gine. So you've brought him already. Good, we're just about to grab him. After all, this is around the time where Kakarot was meant to be sent off-world, going to planet Earth to conquer it. And well, Gine, not saying anything, just pretty much powers up and takes out the two Frieza Force soldiers while they were off guard. Gine may have been the weakest Saiyan, but she is stronger than at least a small fraction of the Frieza Force, especially the ones that are on launch pad duty and don't see any combat at all. And with that, she puts herself and Kakarot in a space pod, and it flies off, going on its original course. And, pretty much a few moments after that, Frieza does indeed blow up Planet Vegeta, just as he intended, the Saiyan race all but extinct. The only survivors that we know of that are still alive are Raditz, Vegeta, and Nappa, Bardock and his crew, of course, and unknown to Frieza, Gine and little Kakarot, who are on their way to Earth. Now, if you think that I'm taking Gine out of the story, think again. And you'll see why as we continue with the story. Meanwhile, Bardock and his crew, after, about a couple of days of being on Frieza, Planet 79, they are ordered to report to the Frieza's flagship, and Bardock was, at Frieza's request, saw Emperor Frieza alone, who basically had informed him on the fate of his planet. I hate to be the bearer of bad news there, Bardock, but it would seem that planet Vegeta was destroyed when it collided with a meteor. We tried to get there on time to save the Saiyans, but unfortunately we were just too late. Frieza, of course, lying through his teeth. However, I promise that if you continue to work for me, you will be able to tap into the ancient strength of your ancestors and do the Saiyan race proud. This, I promise you. And, with a handshake, Bardock actually agrees to continue to work for Frieza, along with his crew. And they spend their time conquering the planet, conquering planets in the name of Lord Frieza, and actually continue to get rewarded for it. Frieza even gives them a brand new planet where they can actually train and grow their strength and become stronger. And of course, Frieza didn't leave the Saiyans, unsupervised or anything like that. He assigned a Frieza Force soldier by the name of Captain Powden. But DB Roy, you're inserting your own characters. How dare you unsubscribe? Well, hear me out. Captain Powden is not like a completely different alien or anything that we haven't seen in Dragon Ball. He's actually, he's from the same planet as Kui. He's the exact same race, except he's yellow instead of purple. And in terms of strength and prowess, he's about as strong as Kui. The only difference is he actually is the only Frieza Force soldier who actually has a great deal of respect for the Saiyans, and this made him the perfect man for the job to sort of watch over the Saiyans, make sure they don't overextend themselves or do anything without Frieza's authorization. And, well, their first meeting with Captain Powden did sort of come off on the wrong force, with Shugesh trying to attack Powden, and Powden, basically beating him down to the ground. With a bit more training, you might actually pose a threat to me, Saiyan. But don't worry, I'm sure you'll get there someday. Now, if we're all done, let's go ahead and move out to your new planet. I'm sure you will find the quarters to your liking. And well, pretty much everything as far as the events of Dragon Ball go pretty much play out exactly the same as they do with my other What If Gine survived. What if Gine, the mother of Goku, survived? Feel free to check that out. Pretty much everything in Dragon Ball went exactly the same as that, except now that Kakarot is at adulthood, Gine now knows that it's now time for them to go back and avenge the Saiyan race. Gine, you may think this is actually out of character for Gine, but Gine knows somewhere, somehow, her husband and son are still out there. She knows that they were both off-world during the attack. They're either out there still doing the bidding of Frieza, or they managed to lie low somewhere. So, with the help of her new friends on Earth, as well as Kakarot and Bulma building her old space pod into a bigger ship, and with the grav chamber, she could be able to increase her strength exponentially, taking advantage of the grav chamber, and actually maybe even be able to recruit Bardock and his crew to her side, and together they can all avenge the Saiyan race. Of course, if she can manage to convince Bardock that it was Frieza, not an asteroid, that blew up the planet in the first place. And well, with the entire Dragon team tagging along as well, taking advantage of the grav chamber, and well, they actually do manage to get themselves stronger. Gine and Kakarot getting, freakishly powerful, them being Saiyans, they tend to adapt to gravity chamber a lot quicker than, well, the Earthlings were. Earthlings, not really built for that sort of training. But, mind you, the Earthlings, and even Piccolo included, little Gohan, along with Chi-Chi, who is, insisting Gohan, study as well as train. They all become stronger together, and well, Gine is just sort of listening, watching on her scouter, trying to find any signs of Bardock, or even Raditz, just someone she can talk to and just try to make these other Saiyans see reason. And well, sure enough, she actually detects a group of Saiyans on some planet on the edge of Frieza's influence. And well, with that, they park a fair distance away from the Saiyans, just in case this all goes south. And Gine decides, well, it's probably best that she meets whoever this is. And well, if anything goes wrong, she can simply raise her power levels, signaling the others to come in and help her. And well, which team is it? Is it Nappa, Vegeta, and Raditz? Is it Bardock and the group and his crew? It's Bardock and his crew, who are actually sitting by a campfire on their new planet where they're doing all their training and everything. And well, everyone's gone to sleep while Bardock's just sort of keeping watch. He still has his scouter on, and without warning, suddenly a familiar voice calls out to him. "Hello, Bardock. It's been a long time." And to Bardock, shocked, recognizing this voice instantly, he turns to see his wife Gine standing there. And I think that is actually where we're going to leave things for right now. So what do you guys think? Will Gine be able to convince her husband of the truth? And will Bardock actually switch sides? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll be back again for another dose of whatifery. Alright then, catch yous later.